Good morning, kids. It's Mr. Agee here, and we're going to talk about math mainly for Monday, October 12th, but this is also the video that you'll use for the entire week. It covers your assignments for the entire week. Now, I'll start by telling you that there is an updated weekly schedule because this week is very, very strange. So you can click into that link in the Bitmoji classroom and you can see that Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we're following the remote learning schedule that we had before last week. And then Thursday and Friday, you're starting your day with community meeting to get attendance. And then after that, all of your work is asynchronous on Thursday and Friday. So we will have no class meetings on Thursday or Friday. Your job is to sign in the mornings to the community meeting on Thursday and Friday, and do the work that you have to do on your own at times that work for your family. Now, I will tell you that this week is project week. So if you look here, it's project week. You've got three main projects you're working on. You've got a project in math, you've got a project in writing, and you've got a project in inquiry. We'll cover all those things in our morning meeting on a daily basis and make sure you come with questions if you have them. But the focus of this video is math. So you'll click into the week 9 assignments and resources for math, and into here is the project week information here, just general information about that. Um, and for math, you have daily work to do in a time journal. Now, I did include this virtual clock manipulative to help you tell time to the nearest minute. So you can see the digital time is here, and this clock is an analog clock. So as you move the minutes, you've seen this before, the clock changes. According to the time that you have on the clock. So that's a tool for you to use as you go through this process. But the daily assignment is a time journal and a fact fluency page. So you'll see Monday time journal, Monday fact fluency, Tuesday time journal, Tuesday fact fluency, Wednesday time journal, Wednesday fact fluency. So that is your daily work in math. So we'll click in and I'll show you what you have to do. You'll open the assignment with Cami as usual. And once you've got the assignment up and open, you can see that this is your daily time journal, and the Monday is day 1. So the focus of this is telling and showing time to the minute. And here are the instructions. I'll read them to you in a second, but I do want to remind you that it is an Indiana academic standard for 3rd grade to tell and write time to the nearest minute from analog clocks using AM and PM. That is the main thing that we're focused on in this document. So now the instructions, what do you do? Write the time and draw the hands on the clock for each activity listed. The point of this activity is to practice writing and showing time to the minute. Avoid writing and drawing times that are on the hour or half hour, like 8 o'clock or 7:30. Write and draw times to an exact minute in between the numbers on the clock, like 8:02 or 5:37. So even if you did actually wake up at 8 o'clock on the nose, I want you to kind of fib a little bit and say maybe you woke up at 7:59 or 8:03. So you can practice writing and drawing times to an exact minute. So what does that look like? So I woke up this morning. My alarm goes off technically at 5:30. I hit snooze and my snooze goes for 9 minutes. So I'm going to say that I woke up on my first snooze at 5:39. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use my text box feature here. I'm going to put it in color so it stands out. I'm going to open my text box here. Um, and you see the colon that separates the hour from the minute. You might have to do a little bit of manipulating here in your text box to make sure that you get the hour on the left side of the colon and the minute on the right side of the colon. I'm going to put a 5, and then I'm going to space over to the other side of the colon, 39, and the morning is AM. And I see that it went down below, so all I have to do for that is just stretch this out a little bit, and it should fit my AM in there. Well, maybe it will. Now I just want to make sure that my time is in the right space here. And once you fiddle with it a little bit, you can do it. So I woke up at 5:39 a.m. So I'm not done yet. I have to draw the time on the clock. So remember the process. It's a three-step process. I locate the hour first. So I'll draw the hour hand on, and I know it's between the 5 and 6 hour. It's in the second half of the clock. Once I passed over that 30-minute mark, it's in the second half of the clock. So technically, the hour hand will be slightly closer to the 6 than the 5. And then I'll locate the minute by counting by 5s and then by 1s. I'll show you what I mean. So in the shapes feature here, I'm going to insert a line. I'm going to keep it at red. I like red because it stands out. So I want to start here in the center. I'm going to draw my short hour hand in between the 5 and the 6 like this. And that names the hour. So it's past the 5, but it's not to the 6 yet. So I'm in the 5 o'clock hour. Now I'm going to actually find the exact minute by counting by 5. So this is 5 o'clock, 5:05, 5:10, 5:15, 5:20, 5:25, 5:30, 5:35, and now I have to switch to ones. 5:36, 37, 38, 39. I'm going to start here on that 39, and I'm going to draw the line to the center right here like that. And that shows 5:39 is when I woke up. Now, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. That's okay. I can make it up. I think that I'm going to eat breakfasts at 8:47. So I'm going to go down here in my text box, and I'm going to go ahead and put in, bring this down a little bit so I'm close to my time. 8, and then space over to the other side, 49 a.m. Okay, so now I have to put my time on here. So my shapes, I'm in the 8 o'clock hour. 49 is much closer to 9 than it is to 8. So I'm going to put my hour hand kind of leaning towards the 9, but not to the 9 yet, right? And then I'm going to count my 49 minutes by 5s first, all the way up to 45, and then I'm going to count by 1s to 49. So here's 8 o'clock, 8:05, 8:10, 8:15, 8:20, 8:25, 8:30, 8:35, 8:40, 8:45, and then 8:46, 8:47, 8:48, 8:49. So I'm going to start right here on that tick mark that's 8:49, and I'm going to draw into the center from there like that. And that shows 8:49. All right, I think that I've shown you enough, and we practiced throughout the week this week telling time to the minute, and that is what this is focused on. So you're telling time both digitally using AM and PM and drawing the hands onto the clock that represent the time that you put on there. So notice that this doesn't have to be a true and accurate account of your day. So like sometimes things actually do happen right on the hour or the half hour. I don't want you to practice the time using that. I want you to practice going exactly to a minute that's between the numbers. So you get extra practice doing the telling time to the minute. Now you'll notice you've got 6 things to tell the time for. You've got I woke up at, I ate breakfast at, I finished writing at, I ate lunch at, I finished my school day at, and then I blank at. So this gives you a chance to say whatever you want. You could say I walked my dog at, or I went swimming, or I took a jog, or something like that. And all you would have to do is open your text box feature. You might need to change the font to a smaller font. You open your text box. I walked Snoopy at, and then I would say the time that I walked Snoopy. Okay? So each day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're practicing telling time to the minute. Now, your other assignment is if you go back into the math folder each day, you've got a fact fluency assignment. So these are an actual part of the curriculum. You are going to follow these instructions, okay? So after you open this up, you're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. You're going to there are 2 sprints in each file. So there's a sprint A and a sprint B. So the idea is sprint A is like sprint B and it has the same patterns. So once you do it on sprint A, you should be more familiar with the patterns and do a little bit better on sprint B. So I only want you to do this for 10 minutes per day, only 10 minutes. So 5 minutes on sprint A, and then you set a timer for another 5 minutes, and you do as many as you can on sprint B. Have an adult check your work and compare your scores from sprint A to sprint B. The idea is on sprint B, you should be a little bit better than you are on sprint A because you've recognized the pattern and you've warmed up on what you're supposed to do. Now, what do these things look like? You open up the Cami assignment just like this. You're going to work using the text box feature here. And the first one is focused on add or subtract using 2. So if you look, this is sprint A, and there are 44 items, and down here is sprint B. And like most things, it gets harder as you go. It starts easier and gets harder as you go. So you're practicing adding or subtracting using 2. And so you're just all the way up, if you look, all the way up to number 10, through number 10, you're adding 2, and then starting at 11, you're subtracting 2, and then they start you over adding 2 again, and then it gets a little bit more sophisticated once you get over here to 31, and they start making it a little bit more tricky. So the idea is we're working on mental math skills going up to from a given number. So up to from 0 is 2, up to from 2 is 4, up to from 4 is 6. And so we're building that fluency for what will eventually be multiplying by 2 with quickness. So you'll use your text box feature here, text box tool. You'll just put in, okay, that's 2, and then click down here, next, that's 4, and then click down here, next, that's 6. Okay, you'll see the pattern here as you go, and you'll be using the timer as you do it. And when the timer goes off, stop on A and go, and then reset, take a deep breath, go down to sprint B, and you will do sprint B the same way. Set the timer for 5 minutes, get started. When the timer goes off, stop there. Count after an adult checks your work, count up the number you got correct, put them here, put it here for A, and put it here for sprint B. And this one here is improvement. How many more did you get correct on sprint B than sprint A? So like, for example, if you get 15 correct on sprint A and you get 20 correct on sprint B, your improvement would be +5. You did 5, got 5 more of them correct on sprint B than sprint A. Okay, I hope those instructions are sufficient. I'll talk to you about these things in math on a daily basis as we go. But just to review, your math assignment is 2 things per day. You've got a daily time journal and you've got a fact fluency assignment for each day. And it looks very, very similar on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday because we're working on those 2 things this week. All right, good luck, and I hope you enjoy working on telling time and practicing your fact fluency, and challenge yourself. By the end of the week this week, you can tell any time on the analog clock. You can draw any time on the analog clock because of the practice that you're doing this week. All right, do your best.